Buenas, gente. Hace rato que no hice video, ok. Me meto, ajá. Skip tutorial.
Welcome to the virtual laboratory. My name is...
El tutorial. External facial. Ajá. Uy.
Okay, good job. Let's now begin to look at some of the external features. Look at the frog that is sitting in front of you. The skin of a frog is very thin and moist. Some amphibians use their skin for gas exchange. To prevent them from drying out, some amphibians, like frogs, have mucus glands. Mucus glands will secrete a waterproof coating that helps keep their skin moist and slippery. Pick up the magnifying lens from your tool tray and look closely at the mucus glands.
I know.
Like all glands, they will secrete as needed.
¿Qué dijo? Ay, no, gente. Hay que besarlo para buena suerte. Mírenlo ahí. Ok, a ver. Ay, no. Nah, gente, pero igual. Somos machos. ¿Qué pasa, señora? Nada, claro. Es hembra. Este tipo es hembra. Vamos a cortarlo. Sí.
Now, if you pick up the frog and flip it over, you will notice what we call counter shading. The top and the bottom of the frog are different colors. This is helpful in nature in camouflaging itself. Frogs can have pigmented skin cells called chromatophores that give them their coloration. Some frogs can actually change color in order to camouflage. You can check out the chromatophore cells by looking at them closely with a magnifying lens.
Sí.
Go ahead and put the frog back on its belly. Frogs have 4 appendages, 2 forelimbs or front limbs and 2 muscular hind limbs for jumping. Lift the front legs with the forceps. Their front legs are short and specially designed to absorb the impact of landing. Their front feet are not webbed and usually have 4 toes. Now lift the muscular back legs. These back legs are also useful in swimming. Aquatic frogs have webbed rear feet, usually with 5 toes.
Bueno, esta no es. Esta tiene un bembón ahí.
Now we're going to look at the eye. Frogs have large bulging eyes that rotate in their socket, providing sight in almost any direction. Frogs have upper and lower eye membranes, and in addition, they have a nictitating membrane. This thin membrane comes from the lower eyelid and can cover the eye to clean and protect it. It's not always visible in a preserved specimen, but if you use the magnifying lens, you may be able to see it on the lower eyelid.
Sí, ok, está bien. ¿Cómo se diga?
Now go ahead and touch the external nares with the probe.
¿Qué dijiste? A ver. ¿Tú quieres que yo corte la... Ay, me da... Me da cosa como... Limpiarlo porque no escucho nada. ¡Uy!
Now it's time to cut the frog open and study its internal anatomy. The frog should be on its back with its limbs pinned to the tray. Pick up the scalpel. Between the hind legs, make a small incision with it.
Yo no voy a cortar esto, bro.
Now put the scalpel down and grab your scissors.
No.
Continue to cut up the center of the frog's body with scissors, cutting through both the skin and the muscle. Make horizontal incisions just above the legs and just below the arms.
Ay, no, gente. Ay, no.
Now, put the scissors back and grab the forceps. Using the forceps, fold the skin and muscle flaps back and away from the body.
La fuerza, creo que era esto. Pero. No. Esto. ¡Ah! Hola, el diagrama del cuerpo humano. De nuestra esquina, ok.
Now look into the body cavity. The yellow finger-like projections on the sides are fat bodies. It may be necessary to remove some of these with forceps in order to see the organs clearly. They can be placed in the tray next to the frog. Fat bodies provide extra fat for mating, metamorphosis, hibernating, and protection of the eggs in a female.
Okay.
A female frog may have masses of developed eggs filling the body cavity and hiding the organs. It looks like you have a female, so it's going to be necessary to remove them with the forceps. They can also be placed in the tray next to the frog.
El intestino. Okay.
Now let's start looking at some of the major organs. The frog's heart is the small triangular organ at the top. Unlike a mammal heart like yours, it only has 3 chambers, 2 atria at the top and 1 ventricle below. Carefully remove the heart with the forceps. Go ahead and place it next to your frog. Just below the heart, the 3-lobed liver is the largest organ in the frog's body. It produces bile used in digestion. Go ahead and remove the liver with the forceps.
Yeah.
Now pick up the liver and look on the underside of it. You should see a small greenish empty looking sac, kind of like a deflated balloon. This is the gallbladder. It stores bile produced by the liver. Now on either side where the liver was located, you should see the lungs. They are made of a spongy tissue, like your lungs. Now remove them with the forceps and look at them closely using the magnifying lens. Adult frogs have lungs. Tadpoles do not. But even adult lungs are so small that many frogs also use their skin for gas exchange.
Okay.
Very below where the liver was located is the stomach. It looks like a large whitish tube. Go ahead and remove it with your forceps. Frogs swallow their food whole, so the frog's stomach is a little more elongated in its body than a human stomach would be. The deep grooves in the stomach are used for mechanically grinding.
¿Qué es eso? No. Nah, me van a quitar el video. La parte de adentro del estómago de un sapo.
The stomach connects to the small intestine. The first section, or duodenum, is fairly straight, but the rest of the intestine is coiled and held in place by a blood vessel-filled membrane called the mesentery. Now, go ahead and remove the small intestine with the forceps. The small intestine is where chemical digestion and absorption of nutrients occur. The small intestine eventually narrows to the point where it meets the shorter, broader large intestine. The large intestine then opens into a chamber called the cloaca. The cloaca is the last stop before waste exits the body through the anus. The cloaca is also a common collecting chamber for urine and sperm or egg cells. All 3 will exit through the cloaca.
Que ellos producen nada. Viejo, el esperma del sapo viene del estómago.
Near where the small intestine was located is a small, round, reddish spleen. Go ahead, find it, and remove it.
Vamos a ver después un spoiler. Como que me meta ahí con darle otra. Le voy a instalarme todo esto para no. Ok, dice que me quite.
In the frog, the spleen stores blood and is considered a part of its circulatory system. Female frogs have ovaries full of dark-colored eggs. If the eggs are well developed, the ovaries will be very large and visible like they were in your specimen. Now you've already removed the egg mass, so they're going to no longer be in your frog. Otherwise, the ovaries would normally be seen under the stomach and the intestine. Now go ahead and locate the coiled tubes of the oviducts. If the eggs in the ovaries are not fully developed, the oviducts will be small and tightly coiled. Yours will probably appear larger. The oviducts carry the eggs to the cloaca where they will be released. Frog fertilization is an external process. Once the eggs are fertilized, they are usually left at the bottom of the stream or the river to develop on their own. In order to protect them, the egg masses will have a jelly-like covering. Now the kidneys are flat, oval-shaped organs on the back wall of the body cavity, usually beneath the ovaries.
¿El sapo?
So hopefully after today's lesson, you have a better understanding of how a frog's systems work. And now you can also begin to see how similar life is. Even a small amphibian like a frog and a complex mammal like you have structures in common. This evolutionary resemblance is a common theme in biology. Now that we have looked at the organs, it's time to begin cleanup.
Ah, ese era todo el juego. Ah. Ah. Hola, homo. Hola, homo. Bueno, gente, ya ustedes saben los juegos que vamos a ir, pues, ajá. Acuérdense que por ahí les subo la segunda parte del bait. Entonces, dale, gente, pues. Esperen, para